ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। In the first section of Mundakopanishad, the lineage of this knowledge was pointed out, that it is starting from the Lord Ishvara himself. Towards the end, not only the greatest, highest knowledge, but also the creation was pointed out of that first section. Second section dealt with the rituals in the realm of creation, where all different kinds of karma and karma phala was discussed and its limitation indicated. And towards the end of that section, a student, having examined all these results, comes to a conclusion that the infinite cannot be gained through these finite means. And with that, conviction goes to the Guru, and the Guru also lovingly accepts the disciple and instructs. The third section, that is the second chapter, first section, Dutiya Mundaka, begins with talking about the supreme reality, like a fire, is the cause of all the sparks, the various jivas and other manifestations. And the entire section was indicated to be the manifestation of this entire universe is from that one single, undivided, efficient and material cause. And having seen that, we also recognize that all this is not just risen from that supreme being, but also is the supreme being. Purusha eva idam sarvam. All this is that Purusha alone. And with that understanding, when we look at this universe and look at ourselves, we find the self in me is the self in all, and not just that, everything is just the self. So with that, the previous section concluded. Now this section again begins with indication of that supreme reality only. Now, supreme reality has been indicated multiple times as the Swarupa, what it is, as tatastha in association with something known, or atadvyavritti, that this is not this, not this. That way it has been indicated. Now, why further indication is required? One thing is, just by once indicating in one way, everyone may not get it. So it is required to indicate in various ways. So that is one reason. And second reason is that it is also to be known how I can approach that and be, gain abidance in that self. So for that also I need some kind of guidance. So therefore here this section, the second chapter, second section, starts with that intent of providing us guidance on how to attain abidance in this knowledge, this self. So first, again continuing the thought of the previous section, the first mantra here begins. We read the first mantra of the Dvitiya Mundaka, Dvitiya Khanda. आविसन्निहितं गुहाचरं नाम महत्पदम् अत्र एतत् समर्पितम् एतत् प्राणत् निमिषच्च यदेतत् जानथ सदसद्वरेण्यम् परं विज्ञानाद्यद्वरिष्ठं प्रजानाम्. Here again, some of the indicators of that self are given. Avihi. Avihi means this is of the nature of luminance. It is self-luminous. It is consciousness. So it does not need any other assistance to know it. For example, anything we want to know, anything else, we always need, for example, in the night, I am looking for something, I need light. I need eyes. And behind the eyes, there should be mind. So I turn on the light, I look with the eyes, and with the attention of the mind, then I'll be able to find something. So without any of this, the search cannot happen. It is not possible. No, with the eyes closed also, we can touch. Touch again sense. So the object, the sense, and the mind, all this are required, only then we can search anything, understand anything, gain anything, achieve anything. Here, this self is self-luminous, means we don't need anything else to know it. Even the sun, that will come later in this section only. But even the sun, we say, sun also doesn't need any other light. Sun may not need any other light, but it needs the eyes to look at it, to know that the sun is there. But here, even the eyes are not required. Even the mind and intellect are not required. So how do we know? As my own self. That is me. So it can never be objectified, but it need not be objectified also. It is avihi. It is the supreme consciousness is self-luminous. It is of the nature of luminance. It is so bright that there is nothing else required to know it. It can itself be known. And where is it? So bright, you are saying, but I am not able to. Where is it? Sannihitam. Nihitam, close. Sannihitam, very, very close. Very close it is. Oh, very close, then I should be able to see. It is so close that we are not able to see it also. For this, the example commonly to understand is that when we have a mirror, and this mirror is brought so close to our face that my nose is touching the mirror, then it is so close that I can't see my reflection. It is there, but I can't see my reflection because it has come so close. So here, what does close mean? Sannihitam means we cannot say even close. It is me, myself. So when it is me, myself, I cannot see it means I cannot see it as an object. But constantly all experiences are happening because of that presence of the consciousness, the bright, brilliant consciousness. That presence only everything is seen. But it is so close, means it is me myself. Therefore, I am not able to see it as an object. Another example that may help us is, sometimes when we look for our specs, where did I keep my specs? I'm not able to find it. Where did I keep my specs? And suddenly I'm looking through the specs only to. I'm looking through them. I'm wearing. I'm seeing through the specs only. Otherwise, I can't see. And I'm looking. Where are my specs? I'm not. I'm wearing. Similarly, I'm thinking. Where is myself? Where is myself? Who is asking? Sannihitam to so close that it is only because of that everything else is known. But still, so close. Sannihitam. Guhacharam Nama. It has a special name. What is the name? The one who moves in the cave. Oh, the self has a name, yes. The one who moves in the cave. Guhacharam. Oh, that is why I understand that all these rishis and all, they go to the cave and meditate. Oh, because that self is moving about in that cave, they go and I am realized. Now let me also go there and look for it in the cave. It is not any external cave. This word also has come earlier in the previous section. It is inside our heart cave, cave of our heart. That is where it is always present. Now we already saw what is this heart, the spiritual heart, where there is an integration of the mind and intellect. That is called the spiritual heart, and that is where this self, the supreme self, is seated. Seated means what? Oh, it is seated there means it is not anywhere else. No, 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 no. It is seated means that is where I can recognize it as I. That is where it is. It is not that it is not available anywhere else, but here I can contact it. Guhacharam, the indweller of the heart. Whenever such expressions come, we feel that, oh, it is in the heart means it is nowhere else. So is it in my finger? No, no, it is said heart. So it is only in the heart. So no finger. No, 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 it is not like that. It is everywhere. Puja Gurudev gives two excellent examples to understand this. So when you go to a cow, you go to a cow for milk. Where is the milk? Milk is the essence of the cow. Means whatever the cow eats, it is turned into milk. Now, if it is the essence of the cow, it has to pervade every inch of the cow. Everywhere milk should be there. And it is true, the essence means it should be everywhere. But if we want milk, then we have to go to the udder. And Gurudev used to say, if you go and pull the tail, something will come out, but it is not the milk. So we have to go in order to get the milk. It is all milk may be that essence, as the essence, it may be pervading everything. But to get it, I have to go to that source. Similarly, in the state or the country, the government is everywhere. So the authority of the government is in every inch of the land, everywhere it is there. But if we want to contact that government, we have to go to the capital city. We have to go to the government office. Only then we can contact. That does not mean government does not exist anywhere else. Similarly, in order to experience this self, I the place of experience is where I feel the wherever I feel, that is the place of experience of the self. Guha Charam Nama, that is why it is called as the one moving in the cave. So moving, why? Because when we are awake, that brilliance, as though it is traveling with the mind through the senses to the objects and coming back, as though it doesn't need to, because everywhere it is there. And then when we are asleep, it is as though sitting inside. So, but the most important point is that is where I can recognize it. That is where I can experience it. So God is everywhere, but we go to the temple to contact God. Similarly, the self is everywhere, but Guhacharam Nama is there in the heart cave, available for everyone all the time, as I, not as this. Guhacharam Nama. Mahat. Mahat word means infinite, big. Mahat. So that which has no limits. So no time limit, no space limit. Mahat. Padam. Padam means, Padam, one meaning is that state, the supreme state. So when Mahat Padam sometimes is taken together, say the highest state. Or Padam also means that which everyone wants. Padyate, that which everyone wants to reach. Everyone is trying to reach, trying to attain. We may say everyone is not trying, everyone may not want to know it, but everyone is trying to attain this. Because any activity undertaken is for joy, happiness. And what kind of joy? Infinite, unadulterated, eternal. So that joy is that self only. So Padam means that which everyone wants to attain. That kind of. Padam also means the very substratum, the support of everything. Padam. And Padam also can mean the means by which steps. Padam. The steps by which one reaches there. The steps is also that only. The goal is also that only. The support is also that only. Everyone wants to attain that only. Padam, Mahat, Padam. Atra etat samarpitam. Everything, etat means this, all this entire universe is all centered in this self alone. What is the center of the earth, center of this universe? Is the center of the solar system is the sun. But what is the center of this whole universe? This multiverses. What is the center? Me. I am the center. Atra etat samarpitam. Everything is centered in this alone. Means what? Means whenever in my experience I go to sleep, what happens? This whole universe gathered in me. And when I wake up in the morning, whole universe again remanifests. It is all centered in me. Even if for something to exist, it exists when I am able to cognize it or I am able to become aware of it. When that awareness is not there, as far as I am concerned, it doesn't exist. So even from the experiences, we can gather this, that the center is the self. That awareness has to be there. Only if the awareness is there, I understand that something exists. Because without that existence, nothing exists. Without consciousness, nothing can be cognized. So therefore, this is Atra etat samarpitam. Everything, etat means this whole universe is all centered in me. Atra etat samarpitam. And what all? What is etat means what? What do you include in that? If this, all this is centered in me, what? Ejat, pranat, nimishacha. All this includes that which ejat means that which moves. Anything that moves, all the beings that move, all are all included in this, and all this is centered in me. Oh. Everything that moves, pranat, everything that is breathing and alive, all that is also included in this. So that can be that which does not move also. So ajat means that which moves, that which breathes. So it can be certain things don't move but breathe, like trees, etc. Nimishacha. Nimishat means that which close the eyes, open the eyes. So this kind of nimishat, nimishovan. So we close the eyes and winking, blinking. And here he's saying cha means those beings that don't blink also. Some fish and all, they don't have eyelids. So even if they sleep, their eyes are open, right? They are not blinking. So those who are blinking, those who are not blinking. So cha can include everything else. So ejat, moving. Now this cha, if we can take with all these, moving, cha means not moving. Pranat, breathing and alive, cha, not alive. Nimishat, blinking, cha, not blinking. So this cha means and, that can be taken with all the verbs. So which practically includes everything. The previous section was talking about the ocean and river and mountain and every type of jiva, all these things, everything included in this. Atra etat samarpitam. Ejat pranat nimishat cha yad etat. Okay, but why are you telling me all these things again and again? He's saying janatha. The Guru is telling the student, you all please understand, know this. Janatha is a plural noun. So the Guru is telling, now, so plural noun, but there was only one Shaunaka Mahashala, alone, one only. Why is a plural noun is used? Because through Shaunaka, the Guru is telling us. It is why, Bho Shishyaha Janatha. O disciples, know this truth, know this self. It is so close. It is self-luminous. It is in the heart cave as I. Janatha. Sad Asat. Now this is sometimes confusing. It is Sat also and Asat also. Sat means truth. Asat means not truth. Both is that. How can both be there? So when the self is pointed out in the scriptures, and there if it is said Sat Asat, and these two words are used together for the same self, we have to understand here in these cases, Sat means gross and Asat means subtle. Because that which is gross, my instruments, my senses, they perceive and say, it is there. And that which is subtle, my senses cannot perceive. So I say, I don't know if it is there. So that which is there and that which is not there. Sat, Asat. Once Gurudev, he used to be invited early in the beginning days and all. He used to be invited in different places to give talks, and till the time he gets the next invitation, he used to continue the talks here. So that's how he used to travel. At one place, he reached there and there was no place, no venue for holding the talks. Suddenly, nobody wanted to give any place for holding the talks. One person came and offered that there is a place, I have a big palatial home. It's a bungalow type of thing. But people say that it is haunted. I don't know. People have this thing. So when it starts getting dark, people don't go from that road also. And if you want to hold talks in the evening, I don't know who will come. But this place is there. Gurudev said, never mind. Let's go and do it. And he spread the word, everything. Hardly some 10 people with mustering lot of courage. They came, said, the Swami is there, he will protect us. So with faith, they went and sat. Gurudev is there. He started with his roaring voice and full energy, as though shouting to that complete. So somebody asked, and he said he doesn't need mic for 10 people, what mic is required? He started roaring. Of course, everybody was inspired, everybody forgot about all these things and all. And somebody asked, Swami, you don't need to, we are just 10 people. Why are you so loud? So he said, 10 Azim. So Sat and unseen, Asat. So gross and subtle. So all this is that self alone. And the one who knows that self, why should he be scared of that which is not seen? So here, Sat, Asat. Which means the entire gross world and its experiences, including the gross body, the instrument also. And Asat means the entire subtle world, its experiences and the subtle instruments, everything put together, it is all centered in the self. Varenyam. Varenyam means Varaniyam. It is to be chosen, or in general, chosen by everybody. So many expressions are there. We have come back home. Coming back home is good experience for all of us. Peace, good experience for all of us. Anything, any joy we get, little bit of pleasures and all, we are not very interested. This is so good. That joy. So that is what all of us are choosing. Varenyam. That which is chosen by everyone. Param Vijnanat Prajanam. This Prajanam has to come along with Vijnanat. Prajanam Vijnanat Param. Prajanam means all the beings, all the jivas, Vijnanat, their knowledge Param means beyond the knowledge of the jivas. Means no being can know it in the conventional way of knowing. No being can know it. So prajanam vijnanat param. So it is beyond the knowledge of the praja, means the jivas, the people, the beings. So it is beyond the knowledge means what? It cannot be known as the object, and it is not even the instrument of knowledge. When I am using the telescope to see the distant planets and stars, and when somebody asks me about myself, then I don't need to look through the telescope, nor do I need to look at the telescope, because it is neither the object of knowledge nor the instrument of knowledge. So if I am not able to see, I have some irritation in my eye, I don't have to show the doctor, look through the telescope. Why? I am not able to see that. You are not able to see that, but problem is with you. It is not the object nor the instrument of seeing. Can you fix my telescope? Why? Because I am not able to see the stars. You fix the telescope. Ultimately, problem is with the eye. There was this man, never worn specs, did not know the concept of spectacles at all. One day he saw that people coming out of this shop, they are all wearing specs and coming out. So he was fascinated. What is this? Everyone goes inside and comes out with something, wearing something. So he asked one person, that, "Oh, what is this? Why did you go in?" He said, "No, I was not able to read and all. And so I went there and I got specs. So, huh? So now you can read?" "Yes, I can read." "Oh, then I should also get one pair of specs." "Okay, go. You go." Okay. He went inside. Everything testing done. And then when he was shown those chart, read. "I am not able to read. That is the reason I am asking for specs." Okay. Then he was made, okay, give this lens. Okay, can you read now? Can you read now? Nothing. Going on and on, number that going on increasing. Thick glass, that also is not possible. Still I am not able to read. "Oh, why are you not able to read?" "I never learned how to read." The problem is not with the script, the problem is not with the instrument. I never learned how to read. It is about me. Similarly, here, when it is said that prajanam vijnanat param, beyond the knowledge of the beings, means it is not the object of knowledge, it is not the instrument of knowledge, it is that because of which the instrument is able to know the object. Param. Because param, beyond, when we say, we feel that beyond means something far away. And that is the reason we are looking up whenever we say, "Oh God, please help me," as though he is somewhere far away. Because no, he is beyond. Beyond does not mean far away. Param word, Puja Gurudev very beautifully explains, beyond is measured by subtlety and pervasiveness. Sukshmata and Vyapakata. Subtlety. Beyond means it is subtler. And what does subtler mean? Means it is more pervasive. And more pervasive means what? It is more internal. It is me. So, what is it saying? Prajana vijnanat param. And varishtham. Varishtham, the greatest, the highest. Varishtham, the highest, having known which, nothing else needs to be known. Everything gets known. Why? Because that is everything. Varishtham. After this, now the second mantra slowly goes to, here it was said, Janatha, said, know this. Now in the second mantra, again little bit of indicators are there, pointers are there, and here a little differently there is an instruction. Very beautiful. Slowly taking us to move towards how to gain it. Now all these pointers are meant to gain only. We have already seen, Puja Gurudev used to say, these pointers point towards that self which can never be pointed. But these pointers help us to travel in that direction, leaving behind these words and reaching the destination. Like when we are driving, the milestone is there, it indicates the direction and distance. We leave the milestone behind and move in the same direction, and crossing that distance, we reach our destination. Similarly, these pointers are also to be used when we are trying to practice meditation. Each and every word will be able to lead me to the self. So it is not the word, it is not the meaning of the word, but it is an indicator using which I move towards it and eventually reach and abide in that self. So here this second verse, second mantra says, Yad archimad yad anubhyo cha Yad anubhyo cha Yasmin loka nihita lokinascha Tadetadaksharam brahma sapranastaduvangmanah Tadetadaksharam brahma sapranastaduvangmanah Tadetat satyam tadamritam tadvedhavyam somya vidhi Tadetat satyam tadamritam tadvedhavyam somya vidhi. Yad archimat, that which is archimat. Now previous verse or previous mantra also started with avihi, means that which is brilliant, self-luminous. Here also archimat means full of light. Now whenever these kinds of words come, full of light, brilliant, luminous, somewhere there is a possibility that we start expecting that there should be some light as we understand. That there is dark and then suddenly light. So it will not be, it is not the light, the physical light that we are talking about, because that physical light is also object of our senses. It will not be an object. So it cannot be that light. It cannot be the concept of light also, because the concept of light is an object of our intellect. So it is not light, it is not a concept of light. Then what is it? Because of which the intellect is able to illumine all other objects of knowledge. The eyes are able to illumine all the colors and forms. That because of which all this is possible. Now that is also called light, but it is not like this light. Even the thought, I do not understand, is illumined by this light only. The physical light can illumine, But in the physical light, I can never see darkness. But in the light of consciousness, I can see both knowledge and ignorance, both light and darkness. It is not opposed to anything. Otherwise, we say where there is darkness, there is no light. But light of consciousness is there even where there is darkness. So if you want to see darkness, physical light is useless. Gurudev used to give this example. One man said, I want to see darkness. But go into the village side and all. You will see darkness at night. You go in cities and all, you always, everything is bright. Go to some village, some remote place, you will find, or go to some forest or something, you will find dark. Okay. He went on and on and on. No darkness. What is this? No darkness. I have been driving for such a long time, there is no darkness. Somebody said, turn off your headlight. You are there. As soon as the headlight was turned off, he found pitch darkness. So for this darkness, this light is an opponent. When there is this light, no darkness. Whereas, even for the illumination of the intellect, as soon as there is knowledge in the intellect, the darkness of ignorance goes away. But who illumines the thought of knowledge and the thought of ignorance? Both. Who knows I don't know? That light is what here is talked about, yet archimat. That which is full of light. So it is not the light that we know or conceptualize, it is that because of which even the darkness can be illumined, even ignorance can be illumined. Yat anubhyo anuhu. It is subtler than the subtle. Anubhyo anu is tinier than the tiniest. There's a thin, sharp needle. That needle also, the very point of the needle, very minute, that even subtler than that minute point of the needle is my eyes, which can see it. Even subtler than the eyes is the intellect, which can understand it. Even subtler than that is the self, which can illumine the intellect. That is anubhyo, tinier than the tiny, subtler than the subtlest. It is that subtle. When we say such expression, anubhyo, so small. That is why we always say, oh, that self is inside me. And don't disturb it. It is so small. It might just get lost here or there. Very small. Somewhere it is hidden. So that we don't conceptualize the self as some tiny particle immediately in the Upanishad, they will never let our intellect settle into some idea. That is why I say anubhyo anu cha. Here only cha is given. In other Upanishads, when we see, there is the opposite of this is given. Smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest. Vaster than the vastest, if we can use such words. It is more pervasive than the most pervasive, and tinier than the tiniest part. Cha means larger than the largest, because that which is subtle alone is pervasive. If we see ice, gross form, it has very limited pervasiveness. When it melts and becomes water, it spreads more. There's greater pervasiveness. It can move freely. But when it becomes vapor, it can occupy the whole room. One cube of ice as vapor can occupy this whole room. It is more pervasive. Subtler it is, more pervasive. That is why subtler than the subtlest and more pervasive than the most pervasive. That is, here cha indicates that. It is so pervasive that yasmin lokaha lokinascha nihitaha, in which are established all these different realms of experiences and the beings that dwell in these realms. So all these different lokas, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha, Maha, Jana, Tapaha, Satyam, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala, Patala, all these different realms of experience and the beings in all those realms, all that is established in that only. When we say earth, whatever the population of the earth is, we only know human, that too not very accurate. Other than that, there are so many other beings, including plants, trees, insects, birds, animals, all this is there. But on earth, there is a limitation. Beyond this, then there are some water creatures also. So 3/4 of this planet is covered with waters. So there are water creatures, aquatic creatures. But this whole earth, where is it? Because it is surrounded by atmosphere. Okay, air is subtler. But where is this atmosphere? In space, still subtler. Where is this space? What is the substratum of space? That which is the subtlest and the most pervasive. Anubhyo anu cha. Yasmin lokaha nihitaha. All these different worlds are all established in that. When we say space is where all the solar systems and galaxies and everything is in space. What point is, where is that space? If we think about it as a concept, it is in the mind. Where is that mind? Where do thoughts arise from? Is that consciousness alone. Even as the experience, space expands of space that accommodates galaxies and galaxies together, such space, where is it? Everything exists in space. What about space? What is the support of space? Yasmin lokaha lokinascha nihitaha. What is that? Tad etad aksharam brahma. That is this akshara brahma that we want to know. And knowing this is called paravidya. Yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. That aksharam only we are talking about, which was indicated earlier as yattadadreshyam agrahyam. That is this tadetad aksharam brahma sapranaha taduvang manaha. That is the prana. That is that which energizes everything. That is the speech. That is the mind. Through these words, pranaha, bhang, manaha, all these things, we understand all the instruments. All the lokaha means all that which is experienced, and all the instruments of experience, everything is that only. Tadetat satyam. And this alone is the ultimate truth. Tadetat satyam, tat amritam. That itself is, it is not that it is immortal, it is immortality. Tat amritam. And here the Guru says, Tat Vedhavyam. Vedhavyam means a disciple, that is what is your target, which you have to hit. That's your target. Vedhavyam. Previous mantra, what was it? Janatha, you know it. Here he has changed. Know it, know it. I have said enough time, nothing is happening to him. So I have to change methodology. Changing methodology as per the requirement of the student. And why it is required, why is he changing to this, hitting the target? The following mantras we will know. But Vedhavyam, you have to hit this target, penetrate into this target. This is your target. He is giving Tad Vedhavyam, Somya. Oh dear student, you have to hit this target. Focus just on that. Now, where is this target? Where is it? If it is everything, this target can be anywhere. But when we talk of target, wherever it may be, we have to focus. We have to hit the center of that. There's this thing of concentric circles and the different colors. And so when you hit the center, you have the shooting competitions and all those things, archery competition. Straight goes it. Vedhavyam. You have to go and go through it. So therefore, here the Guru is instructing, Hey Somya, Vidhi. You hit that target, you penetrate through that target. That is your goal. Do it. He is not saying you have to know it. He is saying go through it. How to go through it? What kind of target it is? What will help me to go through it? And what does it mean by penetrating into it? All that will be clear in the following two mantras. So we will see that for a couple of minutes. We'll just sit down silently. Seated in a comfortable position, keeping the back straight. The two mantras that we discussed today, try and take up any one pointer, any one thought, any one indicator of the self. And let us move in the direction that that pointer indicates. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ